Welcome to the Paul W. Smith Show on News Talk 760 WJR. Live from the 14th Annual Parade Company VIP Pancake Breakfast. And congratulations to Paul W. Smith on being inducted into the Radio Hall of Fame Class of 2013. Here's Paul W. Smith.
Thank you, Mark Blackwell. You're all so very kind. We really do appreciate it on this Friday, November 8th, the 312th day of 2013. 53 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. Thanks, Glenn Hagee and your producer, Rob David, for sending the notes, and Pete and Danielle Carmanis. And my goodness, thanks to all of our WJR family. We are here every morning to serve you, to inform you and entertain you. And it's a thrill to get some accolades for doing. That's not why we do it. We do it for a lot of reasons, but that's not one of them. But it's nice to have happen. We're at the Parade Company's 14th Annual VIP Pancake Breakfast presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield, Blue Care Network of Michigan, and Mr. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. The president and CEO, Dan Lepp, is here with us. Dan?
Paul W., how are you?
I'm good. Congratulations on sponsoring yet another great event in Detroit.
Yeah, it's exciting, Paul W. You know, this is the 14th Pancake VIP Breakfast, but this parade goes back to 1924, and I was born and raised in the city, so this is plus 50 for me, and it's exciting, and we're glad to be a part of it as always.
Well, and we've mentioned that there are 9 new floats. Congratulations to you for having one of them.
Absolutely. Thank you. 124 feet. It follows our theme of confidence comes with every card, but it really does take you through, and hopefully those that see it on television or down at the parade, it takes people through their lives from birth through. My favorite is the soccer field, because when my kids were younger, you spent an awful lot of time at the soccer field, but just reminding people that we're with you every step of the way, and it's a fun float, great colors. Tony and the team at the Parade Company did a terrific job.
Well, I'll tell you, what you do a terrific job of is by having people go to bcbsm.com. They can manage their health with an online system that you've set up at bcbsm.com. That's really excellent. I picked up some of the pieces over here at the table that folks can get online too. There's the choosemyplate.gov information, simple steps to eating more fruits and vegetables, and it all really can begin right at bcbsm.com for that kind of information. I don't want to make you do any heavy lifting today, Dan Lepp, but I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you a little bit about what's dominating the news, the failure of the government's involvement in healthcare and the delivery of healthcare. I want to make sure that people understand that you don't have to go to the government for your health care, because if you did, people would be scared to death. They're not going to have any health care. You don't have to deal with the government directly for coverage.
Well, that is true, Paul W. I think what I would recommend, because obviously everywhere I go, people are asking me about it, and I'm not ready to call it a failure. I don't think that's fair. It's not working as well as it should now, but really, the people that are going to deal directly with the government are those that are subsidy eligible. So what I would recommend that folks do is call people they trust. Now, hopefully, we view it as us.
I said this a long time ago, and it happens to be Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan I'm most familiar with from growing up in Monroe and from doing commercials for you and doing work with you and being part of the family. But what I reiterate is, this is not the time to start dealing with people you've never heard of or people you don't know, because there are a lot of people out there that may not be looking out for you. It's better to deal with people that have been around a while, people that you're familiar with, people that other people have dealt with and been successful with.
Absolutely. And a reminder to folks that more than half of the people that are going to buy individual coverage are not eligible for a subsidy because of their income levels, and they can buy the products directly from their insurer. Again, hopefully it's us. But whether it's any of our competitors, if you've done business with them, pick up the phone and call people. It'll alleviate a lot of the concerns that you have. Our number for our health plan advisors, and we have hundreds of them personing the phone at 855-237-3501.
855-237-3501 with your health plan advisors?
Absolutely. But again, if you're comfortable with one of our competitors, pick up the phone and call them. The most important thing that we want to do is make sure people are covered starting January 1.
You know, it's funny, and Becky is here from your office, Becky, who's joining us in Chicago later tonight, in fact, and thank you for your support there at the hall. But it's funny, the first thing, did you notice this, Steve? The first thing that Dan Lepp said, well, our float is 124 feet. I have noticed now from interviewing folks that there's a bit of a competition.
No.
Yes, Cindy Paskey, Strategic Staffing Solutions, was sitting there with Rick DeVore, our PNC roundtable, and they both got in there how long their float was, how tall their float was. There's a little competition going on here.
Well, Paul W., that's what you get when you put all these A personalities in a room.
Right. It's absolutely right. Well, congratulations. Confidence comes with every card, and that will come through loud and clear on the new Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan and Blue Care Network of Michigan float. Dan Lepp, keep up the good work in the community, and thank you so much for always being available.
Paul W., thank you, and congratulations. Have a great time in Chicago. I'm thrilled to death for you and proud of you, too.
Well, God bless you.
Paul W. Smith, congratulations, my good friend and partner with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. It is such a deserving honor for you to be inducted into the Radio Hall of Fame. The greats around the country are in, and you're deservedly right next to them Saturday night. I'm so glad to have experienced a lot of years with you, Paul W., so congratulations. Best to you and Kim, and have a blast.
Okay, so I'm John Prost, and this is Ed Deeb. We want to congratulate Paul W. on his Hall of Fame entry happening this weekend. Quite amazing. Eddie, you want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted Paul to know that the food industry of the state of Michigan and Eastern Market and all of the people, the small businesses of the state of Michigan, congratulate you on this wonderful honor. We're very proud of you. Don't let us down now. God bless.
Well done.
I was told our next guest makes a mean pancake, but I said Mark Hackle, the Macomb County executive, doesn't have a mean bone in his body, so I'm sure his pancakes aren't mean in that respect. Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and germs. Nice to see you, Mark. You ready to flip some flapjacks here?
Listen, 30 years of making them for prisoners. I know how to make a pancake, okay?
Jeez, I'm going to just think about that for a second.
Think about that.
Yeah. Did you make like, did you make chocolate chip pancakes for the prisoners?
I had a lot of repeat customers. I can tell you that. So, thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and germs.
Ladies and germs, try the veal. Well, it's nice to see you here. It's always nice to see you in Detroit, and you're everywhere.
And let me add my congratulations.
Thank you.
Again, and I know it has a lot to do with the staff and the people.
Absolutely, the team.
It has been. But congratulations. You do a wonderful job.
Well, we have a lot of fun, and it's easy to work for a radio station like WJR that understands how important the community is and to be a part of it. And over these 45 years or so, I've been pretty lucky with all the different stations I've been at, and this is the one I grew up listening to. It's great to be here.
And I get the opportunity to actually sit in live sometimes and watch you do what you do, and I got to tell you, what amazes me about you as well as your team is your knowledge of what's going on, current events, and even people, their names. You don't do this just based upon the information that's in front of you. A lot of the stuff is just in your head, and that it's amazing to me.
Well, not that much is in my head. It's in Ann's head, and she lends me her head very often. It's in Tony's head. It's in Steve's head. It's in Brian's head. There are many heads.
Yeah, and you're looking around the people over here. You recognize everyone. You're part of the community. You always have been.
Well, it's nice to be here. Nice to be have you say that. What's going on in Macomb County before you go off and flip your flapjacks?
Exciting stuff. Probably the most exciting will be in December. We got this new communication center that we're pulling together. It's not just a police dispatch center. It's about roads, emergency management, new technology. This is going to be something that's state of the art in North America. Probably one of the showcases for a communication center and how it should be done right.
Well, and I'm not surprised with you in charge, and you'll come back and tell us about it as we get a little closer.
Get very excited about
all the details and all of that. Now go make those special prison flapjacks you're so famous for.
I'm going to have a few. I'm going to be running in that in the race.
Jail. Oh, you in a turkey trot?
I'm in the turkey trot. I run it every year.
You have.
Look forward to it.
There's no body fat. You notice that? No.
Well, that's why I'm going to go have those pancakes.
Go get some fat on you, would you? Mark Hackle, the Macomb County executive at 7:20.
I just want to say congratulations to Paul W. Well deserved. As a guy who's kind of grown up and connected with the media, as being the sheriff and now county executive, you've been a tremendous asset to me. And why I say that? Because my job is to try to get out there, promote things that are happening in the county. Whether it was the sheriff and there were some bad or tragic situations, we always try to figure out how do we get the public to really recognize that public officials are trying to do a good job. You've been there for me. You've been supportive of Macomb County and the region. Hats off to you, and especially now in my new role as county executive and promoting the county and promoting the region. We couldn't do it without media partners, and you have been a true partner for Macomb County, and as I mentioned, the entire region. God bless you, congratulations, and good luck to you.
So I'm sure Pam Alexander, Community Development Ford Motor Company, is, I don't want to say tired of answering the question if people ask, but I suspect, back me up on this, that Mr. Mullally has done such a good job of putting everything into place, and Bill Ford, that Ford Motor Company basically will not miss a beat if, in fact, the transition takes place sooner rather than later.
Well, good morning, Paul. And Ford Motor Company, we are in a great place. We have great product. Our customers are loving the product. The community is loving the product. We're still very active in the community. So Ford is just in a great space moving forward, and we'll continue to be there.
And there's no question about that. That is the way it is going to be and the way it is going to continue to be. And it'll be fun to follow Alan along the way as long as he is here, and if he ever goes elsewhere, that too. We've had a lot of good conversations, none yet for on air, and I look forward to being able to do that. He will come on air when a decision is made one way or another. Meanwhile, certainly a decision by Ford to be so involved in so many wonderful things that are going on, including the upcoming Hobnoble Gobble Friday, November 22nd at Ford Field, presented by Ford Motor Company.
Absolutely. This is our first year as presenting sponsor of Hobnoble Gobble. But as you know, Paul, we've been very involved in so many of these community activities, whether it's the Ford Fireworks last summer, this previous summer, or we're the vehicle sponsor once again for America's Thanksgiving Parade. And Hobnoble Gobble, you know, is a great celebration for the Parade Company, which is a fantastic organization in our city.
That is a wonderful party. It's an important party for the Parade Company because it is an important fundraiser. I don't have any idea if there are tickets or not. I'm not looking. I don't see Tony right now. I'm just going to say try to join us at the Hobnoble Gobble presented by Ford Motor Company this year. And it's at theparade.org that you'll find out more information. John Fickney of Microsoft stopping by. Good to see you, John. Good to see you, sir. The parade.org. Sorry.
I was going to say that the Hobnoble Gobble is great because it's a family event. You know, there are so many of the Parade Company events, as you know, are for families. The parade, the fireworks, Hobnoble Gobble. You know, it's not often you see an indoor carnival inside of Ford Field. So if there's a way someone can get tickets, I'd look for those. It's a great event.
I had never seen an indoor carnival like Hobnoble Gobble way back from the beginning, and now it's even better than ever at Ford Field.
It's amazing at Ford Field. You've got Ferris wheels, you've got Dodgem cars, and everyone's doing it in black tie. That's the amazing thing.
It's very cool to walk on the field, too.
Yes, absolutely.
And you can have a couple of dreams about being there playing football.
Yeah, you can get
Maybe
pretend
you
that you're on.
don't,
Well, yeah, you can see yourself on the Jumbotron. I'm not sure if it's quite the same thing as kicking one over the field goal. But
it isn't quite the same, but it's a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. And I congratulate you and I thank you and all the hardworking men and women of Ford Motor Company for doing things like this in our community, making our community better.
Well, we've been doing this for 100 years. We're going to keep on doing it because it's our DNA, Paul, as
Excellent.
You know.
Pam, I certainly know that. Community Development Director there, Ford Motor Company, Pam Alexander. Thank you, Pam.
Hi, I'm Pamela Alexander from Ford Motor Company Fund. I'm Director of Community Development there. And all of us at Ford are so proud of Paul W. Smith for being inducted into the Hall of Fame. He is an amazing journalist. He has been a part of Detroit's history and Detroit's culture for so many years. All of us in Michigan are so lucky to have him here. We all want to say on behalf of Ford, congratulations, Paul.
From the VIP Pancake Breakfast with the Parade Company, this is the Paul W. Smith Show on WJR. Your host, a class of 2013 Radio Hall of Fame inductee, Paul W. Smith.
Thanks, Mark, very much. Van Conway is here with his lovely daughter, Molly. Happy birthday to you, Molly. Just celebrated. Van, nice to see you. Glenn Hagee and Rob David had my mother, Sweet Marie, on their show. Now she shows up everywhere.
Hi,
what a nice
Paul.
surprise.
Oh, listen, this is a beautiful place. I wanted to see Tony. Where's Tony Michaels?
Tony Michaels is here, and you'll be able to see him here in just a moment. And I know you are catching up, too, with Wayne County Executive Bob Ficano, who you've met at our St. Patrick's Day party before.
Yes, I have. I've met a lot of your wonderful people here, Paul. I have never been here. I'm overwhelmed by all of these floats.
Yeah, it's beautiful here at the Parade Company. Well, what a nice surprise. Ann has got nothing but surprises up her sleeves for me. I was shocked to turn around and see. First, I think I saw Dan Gettner first, and I thought, gee, Danny's up here from Monroe. And then I saw you. He brought you up. Thank you, Dan. God bless you for that. God bless you, Mother, for everything. I thank so many people, but I have to thank you and Dad from the very beginning.
I know,
because
Paul.
you gave me, I got Dad's voice, and I got your drive and both of your theatrical genes that you've had from restarting the Monroe Community Players 60, 70 years ago now. See, she did something 70 years ago. She's 87 years old.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I felt good with my dad, 83. That's spectacular.
It is all good. And Rod Alberts, Executive Director of the DADA, came by to say, hi, you're going to stick around, Mother. Just stay here for a moment. I do want to talk to Wayne County Executive Bob Ficano. Nice to see you as always, sir.
Glad to be here, Paul W. Had the privilege of walking in with your mother here this morning.
Excellent. And I guess a quick one is, how is the jail property sale going with Quicken Loans? We hear so many different things.
It seems to be going along real well. It's negotiations with them. We have nothing but good relationships with Quicken Loans and with Dan Gilbert, and all that he's done for Detroit and all they've done to push in. And I have to give a shout out also to the governor's office, because we're working with them in cooperation with what we can do with the property on Mound. So it looks like it could be a win-win for everybody, which is really what you want to do for the taxpayers.
Here's what we're hoping, that's for sure. Have you? We talked about this a long time ago, and I don't want any heavy lifting here at this beautiful, fun pancake breakfast. Are you running again?
We're going to announce next year what we're doing, but we're working real hard right now. To give you a nice political answer.
I think that's the answer you gave me last time I asked you that question. Right. I just was wondering if I could get a different answer this time. Always good to see you. Wayne County Executive Bob Ficano.
And we look forward to working with Brooks and with Mark. And
in the parade. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I mentioned this on the air the other day that Mark Hackle and Bob Ficano are going to be pushing in their wheelchairs L. Brooks Patterson and his friend and driver, Jim Cram, down the middle of the parade route at America's Thanksgiving Day Parade. How about that? That'll be nice.
It would be nice as long as, like you said, we don't see a cliff and push off of it, so we'll be all set.
Robert, nice to see you.
Nice
Thank
to
you
see
so
you
much.
And your mom here.
And nice to have Sweet Marie here with us, too. And I saw Tony Michaels a moment ago. Look what she does. She brings stuff with her all the time. She's bringing the picture that's hanging on the building in Chicago. She has the sheet of paper from, is this from WVMO in Monroe?
Yes.
My first radio station.
Yes.
Back in the Monroe days. Look at that.
That's what
Paul
moms do.
President.
They bring out all this stuff that they've saved for years, and look at Sweet Marie.
Isn't this Jim Miller, who was in sales on the air, and Ira C. Smith, the first general manager that ever hired me. Dan Baker. Oh, my gosh. Bob Vergils, of course, who's still very active. Now, listen, you have some sports for us, Mr. Courtney.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do. And let me just say, I hope to be in your mom's shape when I'm 55. God love her.
I understand. Oh, she hits him on the head with the papers.
She just bumped me right on the...
That was a compliment.
I know. I love you, and I love Ann, and I love everybody, Eric, and all of these wonderful people, Paul.
Oh, yeah, they just work very hard.
I love it when you thank your whole team.
Well,
but you deserve this honor, Paul.
Spoken like a true mother.
You have worked very hard all your life.
He has to do sports now.
I know.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Listening.
That's the first time I've ever seen
What's it like
mom
sitting across from my mother doing sports?
I think she's angling to be your agent, quite frankly.
I would have done better if she were my agent.
Just want to give a big congratulations to Paul W. on the success they've had here every year, especially WJR. And it was a privilege and walking in with his mom today at this great event.
Hi, this is Paul's mother, H. Marie Smith from Monroe, Michigan, and I want to just say how proud our whole family is of Paul. He's worked very hard ever since he started while he was in high school, and he really deserves this. And I want to thank everybody here who have been so kind, congratulating him. Thank you.
See, a man who is everywhere within the city of Detroit, a man who you can reach over and shake his hand, as I just have, is our mayor, Dave Bing, who has done an incredible job and will go down in the annals of history as the mayor who brought back sanity and decorum to an office that sorely needed it. God bless you for that, Mayor Dave Bing.
Thank you so very much, Paul. Good to see you as always, and I guess I should congratulate you for your...
You're a Hall of Famer.
Your induction going into the Hall of Fame has been a long time coming.
Well, one Hall of Famer to another, I guess. God bless you for that. And I know it makes you feel good, Mayor, to look around and see again another Detroit jewel. This time, we're here at the VIP Pancake Breakfast. We're getting ready for the Hobnoble Gobble, America's Thanksgiving Day Parade presented by Art Fan. I mean, all the things that are going on in the city that are so good Unfortunately, there are bad things that always grab our headlines, but doggone it, there's so many good things.
You are absolutely right. Last night I happened to be outside of the city out in Warren with Art Van as he pulled the lights and for his Wonderland. And just an outstanding citizen that does so much for our city. We just are so thankful that he does what he does.
It's hard to imagine the city of Detroit without the help of an Art Van and some other folks that are out there, too, that are very generous in helping for the city. But Art Van's the longest serving, going right back to saving the America's Thanksgiving Parade. But yet, that was so long ago. He's done so much more since then. But speaking of lighting, here we have the Public Lighting Authority of Detroit saying they're going to begin construction and installation of some new streetlights in a couple of pilot areas. This has got to make you feel really good.
Oh, it does, Paul. It's really frustrating because we had the legislation passed in December of last year, and everybody was wondering what's taking you so long. But once you are into municipalities like the city of Detroit, you start to understand why it takes so long to get things done. We need to change a lot of the culture that's there. We need to change some of the policies. We're now starting to do that. Our citizens have been crying out for lights forever, and now they're going to start to see lights come on in the city.
Well, this is something that you've pushed for, tried for a very long time. They start at 10 this morning at the intersection of Brock and Collingham, just east of Gratiot, a couple of blocks south of 8 Mile. And, boy, it does show you, and you certainly learned this by coming into this office, it's a lot different in this kind of a situation, public servant, trying to get stuff done than if you were just running a company.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. When you're running a company, you give the word and it gets done. If not, then heads roll. In the city and municipalities, it doesn't work like that. So you have to learn to have a little patience, but not too much. We're happy that this is starting to happen.
We had Chief James Craig on, I think it was Wednesday. We're starting something, and he is great to be doing this, and we appreciate it, called Chief Chat, so that once a month he's going to come on the Paul W. Smith Show in the 8 o'clock hour on WJR and talk about everything going on in the city. He's working so hard, as are the men and women of the Detroit Police Department. It just rips our guts out when something like this, another murder, this time a triple murder on the city's west side, and there was more activity overnight. It's Mr. Mayor, it's almost overwhelming.
Yeah, it is. And you almost feel helpless in a lot of cases because a lot of these things happen because people know each other. In a lot of cases, it's family, it's drug related. And, you can't have a cop in every house on every block.
Cops are, here's what, I've said this until I'm blue in the face. Cops are called after something bad happens.
Right.
I mean, one of the reverends was talking about this latest one that was this quote-unquote known gambling establishment. Well, there are people out there that knew it was a gambling establishment. I hope and pray it wasn't people in the police department, but they'll get to the bottom of that. But the citizens of Detroit and of the region have to speak up. If you see something, say something, because the police only respond and react when something bad has already happened.
You're absolutely right. We got to get away from the no snitch policy. It's the craziest thing I've ever heard of. And because of that, you see these things in the aftermath where lives and families and whole communities are ruined. We just can't continue to do this. Please speak up. Let us know what's going on. We can respond before the fact instead of after the fact.
God bless you, Mr. Mayor, for the hard work you do. I know the First Lady is probably looking forward to having her husband back.
Let's hope so.
or not. I just thought of that. Or not. We'll help you stay busy.
Thank you so much, Paul. Congratulations once again.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor, and you're always welcome on this program. You know that.
I know that.
You don't have to be mayor.
Great friends.
Well,
thank you.
And you've been a great friend to the city of Detroit ever since you started to call it your home. Mayor Dave Bing.
Sweetheart, I'm so proud of you. This has been such a wonderful, wonderful celebration this week. And it's just beginning because we're leaving for Chicago in a couple of hours. And we are going to have a wonderful, wonderful trip. And I'm looking forward to celebrating, relaxing, and breathing a big sigh of relief because we've got two things to be happy about. A contract that's just about done and your Hall of Fame. Anyway, congratulations. I love you. I just walked in. I'm freezing, but I'm going to get warmed up and have a nice little breakfast, hopefully with you. I love you. Congratulations again. Bye, baby.
Congratulations, Paul. We're all very happy for you.
What an honor and a pleasure and a privilege it is to see our friend Congressman John Dingell and the lovely Deborah here at the pancake breakfast. And let me explain to people who see, Congressman, what's on your head. I happen to know what happened here, and it's another indication that chivalry is not dead. Chivalry lives.
Thank you, Paul W.
You were at the airport. A woman stumbled in front of you. You jumped into action to help her. Along the way, somehow or another, you hit your head and you were bleeding.
Well, Paul W., no good deed goes unpunished.
Isn't that the truth? Well, I'm glad that she's okay and you're okay.
The important thing is she is.
The lovely Deborah he's pointing
at.
at.
My life, the lovely Deborah.
And for the first time in my life, I know what it's like to have that kind of
Well, we just saw
support.
that beautiful wife of yours. She's down there working away a storm. Yeah. And by the way, Paul W.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations. What a great thing.
You're very kind.
You have earned it.
Well, I've worked. I won't deny that I've worked hard, and the luckier, harder I work, the luckier I get. Well, but there's so many people that helped me do what I was doing, starting with my mother and father, as I mentioned earlier, and then all of the support people. But thank you for that. Meanwhile, you've been working hard. You are able to see that a health care plan at least was agreed upon, and they've been trying very hard to get a lot of bugs worked out. It's really been, and the president has admitted now, it's been embarrassing. What do you think happened with all of this?
Gigantic undertaking. 350 million people, thousands of businesses, hundreds of thousands of providers, doctors, nurses, healthcare institutions of all kinds. It's just a tremendous undertaking, and frankly, Paul W., we should not be surprised. One of the problems is we have not worked as hard on this to make it go as we should have. And we've got to get together, and on this, and like on other things, we've got to pull together so that we can see to it that it works for the good of the country.
Well, I'll just say from your lips to God's ears. And I hope that somehow or another we can restore the confidence, because all we hear about is the hundreds of millions of dollars that have been spent already, and how few people are able to get through, and how scared people are about losing their insurance. And thankfully, the president finally said last night in an interview on NBC that, look, he really believed that everyone was going to keep their insurance, but they can't. And he feels that he misled people, or maybe he misunderstood. In the end, I think we learned this. We learned this from our governor. It really isn't going to be helpful to keep pointing fingers at the cause of the problem and looking backwards. We need to fix this and look forward if we're going to do it, and if we're going to decide the government can take on this much of our business. And there are a lot of us that wonder if that's possible, if they can handle it.
Well, it is, all things are possible. This nation can do anything that it wants to do if we pull together. Our problems is to get together and to understand. We can't look at each other and say, pardon me, but your end of the boat is sinking. We're all in this thing together, and we've got to pull together to make the country work, to see to it that health care is a benefit rather than a curse to our people.
As we say, time will tell and we shall see, Congressman, but God bless you, and I'm glad you're fine. You look great, and Debbie, you are an important part of his life, and you're an important part of Detroit and Michigan and these United States with your support. How's everything going for you?
Paul W., it's great. I love looking at this pancake breakfast, which we all thought about and designed 14 years ago to see so many people downtown Detroit. And you know what? I'm tired of it is time for people to talk nationally about what is good in Detroit. We're going to make sure people see this parade on Thanksgiving Day, see Detroit shine, and we've all got to start talking about what's great, because there's a lot great happening.
We'll leave it at that. There is a lot of great things happening, and we need the rest of the country and world to know about it. And this is a good way to begin with America's Thanksgiving Parade, again, that will be seen by millions of people. Thank you for your support, Congressman John Dingell, and for you, Debbie, in your time on the parade company board and as a chairman and all the different things that you do behind the scenes people don't know about. God bless you.
Paul W., we love you. You know, I want to say something, because you made me think about this. There's a picture of John Dingle and Rick Snyder. I'm going to get in trouble for saying this. They both have a sparkle in their eye because they were working together. And we need more people to put partisan politics aside and work together for what's right for Michigan and the country.
Debbie Dingle has spoken, and we have listened.
And we need people to follow your kind of leadership. Pull together, work for the benefit of the country, work for the benefit. And all you got to do, my friend Paul W., is look around here and see what your leadership and Debbie's leadership is doing. Hundreds of enthusiastic people getting ready for a really great Thanksgiving parade.
Well, we're all excited about that. Congressman, thank you. Debbie, thank you so very much. Ron Humany.
Well, I'm looking around here today to see everybody getting ready for the parade. You'll never imagine how many enthusiastic folks there are getting ready for the nation's Christmas parade. So it's going to be a great day. But on top of that, we're celebrating something else. Our friend Paul W. Smith is going to be inducted into the Broadcasters Hall of Fame, something that he's earned by his hard work, by the quality of his broadcasting skills, and by the things that he's done for his fellow citizens of Southeast Michigan.
Paul W., I love you. You so deserve this honor. You are my big brother because you'll always be a few months older than I am, but this is something you've spent a lifetime earning. You're such a leader in this community, and I just wish that John and I could be with you when you get the award, but just know could not be prouder of someone who is such a fabulous, outstanding man. So congratulations. We love you.
A note from Ann, go to a special surprise guest on the line. We're here at the Parade Company's VIP Pancake Breakfast, sponsored by Blue Cross Blue Shield and Blue Care Network of Michigan, and I'm not sure who's on the other end of our line on WJR, the Paul W. Smith Show. Hello?
Paul W., Rick Snyder.
Governor Snyder, how are you, sir?
Good. Congratulations.
You know, thank you very much. Unbeknownst to, well, certainly me, I didn't know you were coming up, and unbeknownst to you, Debbie Dingle just gave a nice shout out to you and a plug about you working with her husband, Congressman Dingle, and that she noted in the photograph of the two of you that you both have that sparkle in your eyes, the sparkle of working together for the common good to get things done. I thought that was awfully nice, and I didn't realize I'd have a chance to mention it to you right now, Governor.
Well, that is really nice, and that's really cool. I appreciate a great relationship with Congressman Dingle, and Debbie's been great because we are solving problems together that's where Michigan's being good, about being a good role model for the rest of the country. And but I was calling in this morning to say congratulations for all your hard work. So congratulations on getting in the Hall of Fame. I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person. I'm busy running around today, but I wanted to make sure I chimed in and gave you my best and said good job and well-deserved.
Well, God bless you, Governor. I know how busy you are. You're doing a great job. Keep up the good work. Best to Sue. She's so involved in so many wonderful causes. I know she just passed the 10-year mark as a breast cancer survivor. And, boy, you got a team of fighters there. And we're lucky to have you as governor and to have Sue as first lady.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, Paul W. And, hey, it's great. The pancake event, that's always a classic. And it sounds like you're having a great day. And I know you're going to have a great day tomorrow. And give Kim my best and just keep going. We got a lot to do. We're reinventing Michigan, but we're not going to stop here. More room to go upward and make sure we're the greatest state in the nation.
Thank you, Governor. God bless. Have a great day and a great weekend. Thanks for your call.
Yep, take care.
Governor Rick Snyder, of course, here on the Paul W. Smith Show at WJR. I see Nolan Finley of the Detroit News, always doing a great job, and he's capturing it all, probably going to write about all of it. Ingrid, is that Ingrid there? I can't see who's with you there. All right, so we've got people all over the place, including a guy who's been there from the beginning, really, working hard on behalf of the citizens of the city of Detroit, Mayor Dennis Archer.
Paul W., congratulations. It is an honor well deserved. When you think back to when you stepped in and now you are our living legend, it has made a big difference. So I can't think of a better way to celebrate everything that you do, the charity events that you host, than to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dennis, very much. Very nice of you to say. And back to you and all of the good things that you and Judge Trudy have done over the years. You've stayed here. You've stayed active. You've headed up law firms, but more importantly, you've headed up all kinds of philanthropic projects for the city of Detroit. sitting where you sit, having been in the chair and seeing what you've seen and going through what you went through, any advice for Mike Duggan coming in?
Take your time and make sure that you get the absolute best and brightest persons that you can find to serve in every appointment that you have to make. I think he will work very hard. I know he worked hard to win, and he's got the tenacity to do that. And so the important thing is that no matter where people were, everybody needs to get behind our new mayor and to work with him and to encourage the success of Kevin Orr as quickly as possible so the transition can be made back to the elected officials. And I think the city of Detroit is on its way back very quickly. If Judge Stephen Rhodes finds that Detroit is entitled to Chapter 9 bankruptcy protection, you watch, Paul W., how quickly the city of Detroit comes back with all of the outstanding businesses, large and small, that are investing in the city of Detroit. The community wants it done. Everybody, this city's going to come back. If there's anybody who wants to open up a new business, Detroit is the place to come. And I can't think of a better person than Art Van in terms of this person sitting next to me, what he's done, the contributions that he's made. We're here today. You think about it, we wouldn't be here today if it had not been for him saving what the parade company's been able to do, and it just makes a big difference. And he's also always reaching out and finding other ways to give back to people. That's what Detroit and the Detroit region has to offer. That's the reason why I'm saying got a business, come here and do business, work with Art Van.
God, is it nice to hear your enthusiasm again, Mayor Dennis Archer? Is it nice to hear that enthusiasm?
Never lost it.
If asked, maybe you have been, you're going to help out somewhere or another in a.
Listen, I don't expect to be asked. And if nobody asks me anything, they can't accuse me of giving bad advice.
All right, well, I'm going to keep asking you, all right?
Thank you, Paul.
Nice to see you,
Art,
Dennis.
thank you so much.
Nice to see you. Thanks for the nice words.
And Art Van is here. It is America's Thanksgiving Parade, presented by Art Van, which seems like the way it should be, of course, because it's been Art Van that's made all of this happen all along the way. And Art, I thank you, but I suspect you wouldn't be doing this without a guy like Tony Michaels at the helm, so you feel comfortable in offering the kind of support again that you're giving to the parade company.
No question about it, Paul. Tony's done an outstanding job. As I come in here and look at what the parade company has become, I am just amazed at what he's been able to accomplish here.
I will say that it's wonderful to see what you have done, and through a lot of work. You know, a lot of people say to me, well, I knew Archie a long time ago. Yeah. I knew Archie back when this or that or whatever.
And you say, so did I.
Well, I really didn't. But the fact of the matter is you've come so far, and it's wonderful to see family members involved. You know, David Van just came by, David Van Elslander came by just a little while ago to say hi. How proud are you, Dad?
Very, very proud of both him and Gary and my entire family, but both he and Gary are really in the business, leading the business, and helping me with everything that we do every day. And it's a very, very nice feeling. We kicked off Winter Wonderland last night, and honestly, Paul, I am so proud of our entire organization. There must have been 500-600. Tony, you were there last night. 500-600 people there, and it was just phenomenal.
Well, I remember it from last year. It was my pleasure and privilege to help out with some emceeing duties, and this year, unfortunately, I could not be there. I was there in spirit. I've heard nothing but good things. We'll continue our conversation. We've got to check some traffic and weather information right here, right now, and Dana Clark in our WJR Right Now traffic.
Brought to you by Charity Motors. You'll give thanks when you get the best tax deduction right now for the car you want to donate. For a guaranteed 2013 tax deduction, call Charity Motors at 888-908-CARS. That's 888-908-CARS. Picking up brake lights in Farmington Hills along 275 northbound, tapping the brakes between 8 Mile down to your 696 interchange. Also slow go 75 southbound between Crooks and 11 Mile. Accident along 94 westbound at 9 Mile in the clearing stages. Slow from at least 12 Mile. This report also brought to you by Aldi Stores. There's only one place to get everything you need to make a delicious holiday meal at an affordable price, Aldi. Right now, get their Appleton Farm Spiral Sliced Ham, just $1.49 per pound. Don't forget to pick up some Happy Farms cream cheese, just 99 cents. Aldi, simply smarter shopping. shopping. I'm Dana Clark, WJR Right Now Traffic.
Thank you, Dana. The WJR Quick Park Weather Center forecast. Meteorologist John McMurray calling for sunshine this afternoon, high of 45. Clouds tonight, low 33. For the weekend, mostly cloudy Saturday, an isolated brief rain shower, high near 50. Partly sunny Sunday with a high 45 to 47. 33 degrees. Art Van is here. It is America's Thanksgiving Parade presented by Art Van. Tony, I know how thrilled you are about this renewal of the association.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing. We are so fortunate that Art made this decision. And when you go back 24 years ago, Paul, and when Art wrote the check, it kept this alive for Detroit. This is that exclamation point that is done not because of business, but it is a passion. When Art and I talked about this together and then with his team, the word passion came out every single time, that this means so much to families, kids, to Detroit in general, bringing people together. That's what this is all about. And we are so fortunate, and I cannot thank Art enough. And the Parade Company cannot thank you enough. And Detroit cannot thank you enough.
It's the jewel that we should never, ever, ever lose. A lot of things have happened in this city, but the parade is one thing on Thanksgiving Day that is just phenomenal. We should never lose it.
Yeah. With your support, with the support of all of the people and all of the companies represented here today, we aren't going to lose that jewel. And with the fine work, Tony, of you and your team, we are not at risk of losing this parade, and we will never let that happen.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's been quite a year. We had the Ford fireworks. Ford came in and did that wonderful title sponsorship, and now America's Thanksgiving Parade presented by Art Van. 9 new floats this year. Jim Leland as our Grand Marshal, along with Carol Goss and Maggie Alessi. It's going to be a great year. And Art, we can't wait to see you driving down Woodward that morning.
Well, I can't wait to do it. Paul and I did it a few years ago together. I'm going to wear the red scarf that you gave me, as a matter of fact.
God bless you.
And incidentally, congratulations on the Hall of Fame.
Thank you,
It's
Art.
phenomenal. Really.
You can go to theparade.org, theparade.org, for all the information that you need regarding all of the great things coming up, including the Hobnoble Gobble presented by Ford Motor Company. Can we get people in there still November 22nd?
We have a couple of tables left.
All right,
it is unbelievable.
Let's try to get some folks in there. And then the biggest question I hear, Art Van Elslander, after the big story came out with that beautiful house on the lake there in Grosse Pointe, $16 million. So, I mean, who's counting? The big question was, does it come furnished?
If they want to buy the furniture.
What's a furniture salesman? Always a furniture salesman. God bless you, Art Van.
We sell it by the room, Paul.
God bless you, Art Van, as we
They
continue.
told me you were interested, as a matter of fact.
Well, can you do it on a land contract?
Of course we can.
Let's check some WJR news.
Paul W., I just spent the last 5 to 7 minutes talking to a person who loves you very, very much. In fact, she's known you all of your life, your mother. She's so proud of you, and she spent a lot of time sharing with me how you grew up, how proud she is of you, and especially your winning the Hall of Fame induction. I mean, that you won that, you merited that, you did a great job, and you've done a great job. Thanks again for all that you do for the city of Detroit. You do that wherever you are, whether you happen to be at the automobile shows, whether it's in Frankfurt, Geneva, Paris, everywhere you go, you're an ambassador for the city of Detroit. Thank you, my friend. Congratulations.
A very extra special congratulations to Paul on his Hall of Fame, and many, many, many more years of success, Paul.
We have an announcement that I think you know about. You think they know about it yet? Okay, good time. Tomorrow night in Chicago, our dear Paul W. Smith will be receiving a huge award. Do you know what it is? Help me out, Tom. He is going to be inducted into the Broadcast Hall of Fame in Chicago. If you don't know this, Paul has received many awards. He's received an Emmy. He's been the Michiganian of the Year. Now in the Broadcast Hall of Fame. and we're going to bring a little surprise out. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We've got a microphone cake.
Actually, I was hoping for a big check. I will accept this cake and this honor on behalf of all the hard-working individuals of the WJR, the heroes of the Midlands. I couldn't do what I do every morning because I'm not a morning person, I'm a night person. I don't like getting up early in the morning, but I always love coming to work because I get to work with Ann Thomas, my executive producer, because I get to work with Brian Morton back in the studio, Tony Rowe, Eric Benowitz, because I always have Steve Courtney right there for me, the WJR Sports and so much more. The WJR News team, Nick Hager, Andrew Wilson, of course, Danny Clark checking the traffic, John McCray, weather, and a history of 80, 90 years of the WJR. And the support staff is unfortunate that will never get to meet, whether they be sales or business or behind the scenes, writing commercial copy, making sure the logs are done, or everything else that's important in a radio station. And we all love doing it in the heart and soul of Detroit. Thank you. When I turn around and look for Ann, I see my lovely wife Kim is here, and our son Jamie, the great golfer. James the great, we call him. I couldn't do everything without Kim. Tom O'Brien is our general manager of the radio station. Kevin McLean is right over here, our operations manager, program director. They're the people who make it possible for WJR to be involved in the community. Where other radio stations won't or can't, we do. And we do it thanks to our great sponsors and to our great listeners. Thank you so much.
Paul, I just want to take a minute to say congratulations. I love working with you and getting up with you every day in the morning. You are just enormously talented, and it's truly an honor to be a part of your morning show. Congratulations again. I love you.
Going into the National Radio Hall of Fame class of 2013 means a lot to me because it means that a lot of people are going in there with me. The people that I work with every day to deliver that morning show. Ann Thomas, my executive producer, Brian Morton, the board operator, and a list of people that you know from on the air, like Steve Courtney and Dick Hafner and Ken Rogolski and Dana Clark and John McMurray, and all the people behind the scenes that make it happen. We're all going into this National Radio Hall of Fame together, and with the history and heritage of WJR and our late, great J.P. McCarthy already there, and others like Jack Benny, Bob Hope, we're all proud to be there and proud to represent the great voice of the Great Lakes. News Talk 760, WJR.